Scrappy Peep, Suzanna here today, and I'm here with P5PP. So pick 5 using PaperPerson. So Sara and I have started this new series, and she has picked those 5 things that you just saw, and that is the layout that I created. So the 5 things that Sara picked are the diagonal stripe pattern paper that you see on the left, and of course all of the cut aparts of the March kit are on the back of that. Boo, Sara. And then 2 of the 3x4 cards, so that blue diagonal stripe that's behind my photo right there, and the Caffeinate Me Please, I think, card that you could see I blew up the card and just the coffee cup. And then the 5th element is the Ava Alpha stamp. So that is not part of the kit. That is the only part that is not part of the kit. And then the 5th element is the coffee carafe chipboard piece. So I have, like I said, taken that coffee cup and I blew it up. So that is a hybrid element, and I'm going to fussy cut that out. I could have traced it in Silhouette and had Silhouette cut it out for me, but I like fussy cutting and I do it a fair amount, so it doesn't bother me, and that way I could control too a little bit more as to what I got cut. So instead of using the card itself, I'm still using the card. I just manipulated it to work for me. I am going to use that as one of my design elements. And then, so I am using this diagonal stripe, but I am just using one part of it. When the custom cards or papers that come with these kits, these PaperPerson kits. They're super thick cardstock, and so you can see I had a hard time cutting it that. So I'm using my American Crafts punch, and I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I'm doing this. I knew I didn't want this punched, but I forgot apparently that I didn't want this punched. I knew that green stripe that's over there, I wanted sitting next to this diagonal stripe to just ground that stripe a little bit, knowing that I was working on the white background. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to fix my mistake. I know what I want, but my brain is not processing. Apparently, I need caffeine. And so I'm just showing you how I'm kerfuffling around. I went down a wrong path, and now I'm fixing that. So there's that green stripe, and that's exactly what I wanted from the get-go. I don't know why I just didn't end up with that. So despite my better judgment, I'm cutting apart the 3x4 card that Sara made. I swear she did it on purpose to make me cut into that piece of paper and use it, which good for her. I've actually used it now. And yes, I have the digitals because I subscribe to the kit, but still, every month I struggle to cut that apart. So yay me, it's done. And so that is going to be the left-hand side of that page. And I know I want to put the title. I had actually originally wanted to put Caffeinate Me, but I knew with this large alpha there was no way that that was going to fit. So Caffeinate Me ended up being broken down to Caffeine Please. So this photo is of breakfast on the road. We have just come back, well, we've been back 2 weeks now? A week? I'm not sure how long I've been back, but I've been back from spring break. And so this was one of our morning breakfasts on the road. And I'm telling you, this was one of the best dirty chai lattes that I have ever had. And then we had these other things that were called, and I may not be saying this right, so you can correct me, a kolache. I had the bacon, egg, and cheese. My son had a sweet one. They were so good. I would totally go back to this little town in Panguitch in Utah. I would totally go back for this coffee and the pastry that we had. So I am going to try and mix all of the colors that are in the left-hand side and create a border that's over on that right-hand side so that it unites the right-hand side of the page and the left-hand side of the page. And so that chipboard piece that is part of the pick 5 is going to go over there. You can see I've already got the diagonal blue stripe card. That is a layer behind my photo, but I actually happen to have a scrap of that from something else that I made. I actually created a traveler's notebook with this kit as well, and that is also going to go the scrap on the right hand side over there. So this kit is it is designed to go with one of the Pink Fresh Studio collections. So Kelly Perky designed the Pink Fresh Studio kit, and it's called Some Days. And then she created this kit for PaperPerson to go with that and accompany that. So we got exclusive chipboard that matches with that, and that is what that little carafe, coffee carafe comes from. And then I've also used other bits and pieces from that collection as well. So this is the Ava Alpha, and it is still available in the shop. So if you didn't get it and you subscribe or you are into alphas, I highly recommend this. I've used it on a layout about the cat recently, and it is just the absolute best alpha. I also highly recommend the stamps. Not the stamps, I'm sorry, the ink pads. So when she released this kit in March, she also Kelly released PaperPerson's ink pads. You can see that goldenrod there. I also got, I got 4 of them, and I've ordered 2 more. I wish I'd ordered the full set, but I will slowly fill in the set. But as you can see, I'm using a mix of inks here. So I've got the VersaFine Red, the Catherine Pooler Pink, that PaperPerson yellow, and it's kind of a mustardy yellow, and then the other 2, the green and the blue, are also Catherine Pooler as well, and I love my Catherine Pooler inks as well. Remember that they are very wet inks, and so you might want to leave it stamped for a little while. That pink is particularly hard to keep clean as well, so I off stamp it a fair number of times in order to make sure that my stamps the color that I want for that. So that is the Ava Alpha. That is going to be the first part of my title, and I'm going to finish the rest of the title there, Caffeine Please, with some LA Studio stickers. But first I want to get a shot of red over there on that right hand side, which is why I'm just going to trim off a piece of that red there, and then I need the blue, and I've got that yellow. That yellow label, it's left over from a project that I worked on, and I leave these other half of labels. They're actually all stuck to my tripod, which is where I have my camera for filming. And so when I need a half of a label, I just kind of peel it off and stick it on the layout, and I'm good to go. You should see the stickers so I'm looking up now. I've got a flamingo on there. I've got a fussy cut leaf from I don't know what. I've got some repositional tape from Thermo Web. I've got multicolors of labels. What's this sticker here? This is a heart sticker from LE Studio. So anytime I've peeled a sticker off and I don't know what to do with it, I just stick it on there, and you never know when you might need, this random sticker that works on your layout. So trying to fill that whole right-hand side of the page there, and I like the mix of scraps of paper as well as stickers, and I'm trying to use all of the same colors that I've got in that stripe that Sara made me cut apart on that left-hand side over there. So I shared a 12 by 12 layout with you. It's a 12 by 12 photo layout, and I had stamped 2 of the same stamp that said blank, you fill in the blank number of hours on the road, and that was from Everyday Explorer, and that's what that yellow is there. I had stamped that on a piece of yellow cardstock and then cut that out with a circle punch. So I had 2, and I realized that in the close-ups I didn't actually put how many hours we had been on the road, and I think the reason I hadn't done that is because I didn't actually know, and I was going to go and ask my husband approximately what time did we pick up breakfast, but it had been a while, and so caffeine was very necessary. And it's sort of ironic given that we were in southern Utah, which is very LDS, and caffeine is kind of frowned upon um, by the LDS community, but yet I, I'm amazed at the quantity of very good caffeine that we were able to come by, which has changed. It has not always been that way in the number of years, 20 plus years, that we have been going out to Utah for. So moving right along, I want something pink up the top there. So I have pulled out my Ellie Studio labels. As you can see, I have a ton of them. So what I store my leftover Ellie Studio in is, these are actually, it's a tea bag holder. So I have my red in one little drawer, my pink in another little drawer, and I put my daughter to work and I made her sort that all for me. Somehow I conned her into that. I must have given her something, bought her an outfit or something, who knows. But so you can see how that goes all the way down. And I just like the movement of all the different textures, the zigzag, the not cut straight paper, the labels, and it just wraps it all nicely together. So I am pretty much done there. I'm going to finish the title with this, like I said, Ellie Studio Alpha. I had also purchased the Pink Fresh Puffy. You can see those green stickers poking out from the left-hand side there. I had actually intended to put please in that green, but I'm glad I went with this black because I like the way that the black underneath all of the coloring caffeine, A, grounds the title, but B, the way that that black moving in the horizontal mimics the horizontal of the black in the coffee cup there. And it definitely needed a little bit more darkness in the layout to create that weight moving across the page. So I've kind of got a lot of, I have a lot of competing direction in this layout because I've got the diagonals in both of those diagonal papers, and yet I've got the horizontal from the photo into the title with the journaling underneath it, and then I've got the vertical because of the left-hand border and the right-hand border, but yet it all kind of gets wrapped up together nicely and it doesn't feel like competing movement on the page. So now I'm just looking for a few other embellishments. I needed something brighter up the top there because I've got that bright yellow circle and you've got this circle of the C and the E's. I felt like I needed a few more circles scattered throughout the page to just sort of wrap everything together. And so that yellow served that perfect bright yellow there, and then the blue sticker that says hello up the top also pulls that together, and then finishing it off with that red, and that red says big mood. It's a big mood before you get your coffee in the morning. So that is going to wrap up my pick 5. Sarah picked these. I'm going to pick the next 5 and then we'll just take turns. We have switched the days to the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month. So be sure to come back in 2 weeks to see what I picked from the April kit and what we both created with that. So be sure to head over to Sarah's channel and see what it is that she's created. Enjoy the close-ups. If you have any questions about either the kit or anything that I've done here, please don't hesitate to ask in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.